I'll just cut that part out later.
Okay.
Alrighty. Okay. Hi. Good afternoon.
Hi.
Pleasure meeting you. How was your drive-in?
It wasn't too bad. It was a little windy out there and some dirt in the air, but that's always to be expected here.
Okay. Awesome. Okay. Thank you for choosing us as your financial advisors. Before we start, I'm just going to tell you a little something about the firm and what we do and how we help people. So my name is Richard Sanchez. I'm a partner here at the firm, and I got my master's degree from Texas Tech University in financial planning. I've been working in the industry for about 15 years. So yeah, we're just ready to help people like you to accomplish their financial goals and live stress-free. So could you just tell me a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, definitely. My name is Devin. I'm 56 this year. I actually work at Texas Tech. I've actually worked here for a while with TTU ISD, which is a high school program through Texas Tech. I'm the principal of that program. I've been the principal for a few years. I came here specifically just because I'm in need of financial advice. Okay. I'm sure that's no surprise. But my husband actually passed away last week. He was in a really terrible car accident about a month ago, and he was in a drug-induced coma for a few weeks, and I had to make the decision to take him off life support. And so we were married for 20 years, and he had a retirement plan. We had planned to retire together, and I think I've got everything else figured out except for the finances. I'm really not sure where to go, or really what to do from here.
Okay.
I still can't even believe that all of this is happening. I'm just trying to be strong and get through it, get all the business stuff taken care of, and not be too emotional or anything. So if I seem like I'm closed off or anything, that's why.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm very sorry to hear that. Would you like to talk a little bit more of how you're feeling about your husband passing away? Is it only the financial troubles that have you worried, or is there any other problem or just worries that you might have?
I mean, I still don't think it's fully hit me yet. It still doesn't seem real. That wave of emotion definitely hasn't hit me yet. Right now, like I said, I'm pretty focused on the business side of things, just trying to tie up all the loose ends, and I would say it's mostly the finances. That's what's stressing me the most right now, unfortunately.
Okay. Ready? So before we move on, it's just customary for the firm to find out how you found us. Would you be able to share that with us?
Mm-hmm. I have a friend who actually referred me to y'all. She has been one of your clients for a very long time, and she highly recommended this firm.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so talking about your finances, were you just aware of the overall process that your husband went through with your finances, or is this just going to be something new?
No, I'm pretty aware. We balance the processes pretty well. I'm just not exactly sure like the totals in some of his accounts. I know the totals of my accounts for the most part, and then our joint accounts, but as for like his retirement savings through work and things like that, I know he has them, but I just don't know how much.
Okay.
How much is in there?
All right, perfect. For retirement, what specific goals do you have in mind, knowing that your husband isn't here anymore? Like, just what do you have in mind? Do you plan on staying here, or do you plan on moving out, or anything like that?
Well, originally he was a little bit older than me, so he was getting ready to retire in the next few years. And then I knew I had saved enough that I should be able to retire pretty close to the time that he was going to retire. But like you said, now that he isn't here, that does kind of change things. I thought I was going to retire in 5 years or less. That was the goal. But now I definitely don't see myself retiring that soon. I love my job. It has definitely helped, especially in the last month. It's helped me to keep my mind off the accident and him being in the hospital. And now that he's gone, I mean, I haven't missed a day of work. I mean, this is the first time that I've left work since it's really happened, like during the day. So I definitely see myself, staying at work for quite some time. I'm not sure if I'll have to work part-time or when I do eventually retire. I know I'll want to partly retire at some point, but I'm really not sure if I'll want to work part-time or if I'll need to work part-time. That was definitely one of the questions that I had for you, is whether or not working part-time is an option, or if that is something that would be required of me. I don't have any super extravagant goals. I mean, we wanted to travel together, but that I don't know if I'll want to do that anymore. We don't have any kids. Well, he has some kids from a previous marriage that I'll tell you about later. But we don't have any kids. We have some siblings here in Lubbock. I have a brother and sister here, so I'll probably just want to hang out with them. My sister and I might move in together. She may move in and help with that. But our cars are paid off, our house is paid off. So I really don't know what retirement looks like for me. That's a big question mark right now.
Okay. It looks like you really do have a good sense of where you are with just finances overall. Seeing that most of your debt is paid off, and so for the retirement part of your goal, I might maybe want to see some statements if possible, but we could set that up for the next meeting, and then with that we'll be able to see how exactly retirement is going to look for you. So if you're going to have to work part-time or if it's going to be optional, that's all going to be done through our analysis. So for the next meeting, it would just be get those balances in so that we could do the analysis. So you said that your husband had kids from his previous marriage. Would you like to tell me a little bit more about that?
Yes. Okay. So that is a story in itself. So buckle in. We've been married for 20 years. So we were in our 40s whenever we met. And he had just gone through a divorce. He was married once before, and he had 2 kids with his first wife. I don't say her name. I don't want to know her. I don't want to think about her name. So, anyway, she ended up coming to the funeral with the kids and really didn't offer any condolences. She just talked about how they were ready to get their portion of his retirement savings and of his estate, basically. And so one of my main priorities, another big question that I had for you, is how can I keep his money away from them? He definitely tried reaching out to the kids, but once he met me, the kids wanted nothing to do with him. He would send them birthday cards and Christmas presents and try to call them at least once a week, but they wanted nothing to do with him. I'm pretty sure the ex-wife brainwashed them. So I really just don't want to have to deal with them, have anything to do with them at all, and I definitely don't want them to get his money. So is there any way you can help me with that?
Yeah, definitely. This would just all have to be with how the assets, both retirement accounts or brokerage accounts, or just your residence, was how it was titled. So if you're the beneficiary of those, then it would just go straight to you. But if you do have those documents, we can go over that just to see exactly what's gonna go where. But besides that, I don't think that it should be a problem unless there are some accounts that have his kids. By any chance, did you happen to have a will with your husband, or like a current up-to-date will, or?
Mm-hmm. Well, he had a will made whenever we first got married. So it has been updated since he was divorced. So I know my name is on a lot of things, but his kids' names are on a lot of things as well. And is there any way to go back and change that before anyone sees it? Because I don't think anyone would know that the kids' names were on there, and we can just change it, right?
Well, we would definitely just have to look into that. I don't think, well, it's a high probability that we can't change it just because it's already written down. But just as long as you get those documents in, we'll give them to one of our attorneys so we could just go over it and see what could be done so that the kids don't, or the wife doesn't get anything.
Okay. We had a lawyer together. Well, it's just my husband's lawyer now. I don't work with the man anymore. He wouldn't stop bringing the ex-wife up and talking about the kids, and so I've just decided not to work with him at all. So I definitely need a new attorney.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. We'll definitely set that up for the next meeting as well. So before we go any further. Did you have any prior experiences with financial advisors, or is this your first time?
This yeah, I haven't had any previous experience. My husband and I, we worked together to kind of balance our portfolio. He would say, I don't really know a whole lot about the investment side. I know we have different accounts and things like that. But no, I really didn't know what to expect coming here, and I kind of still don't. But
Okay, that's good to know. Just so that, so that I could tell you a little bit of what the firm offers.